Hi everyone, the weather today was just so incredibly stunning. The sun just came out and I thought I'd really quickly get my monthly update out of the way because there isn't actually all that much to show this month, and I'll talk a bit about that later. But first of all, thank you very much for watching. My name is Karoline and I'll link my knitting Instagram down below. I am Danish, but I live in Scotland with my partner Ben, and I have been knitting since May. I now have a few videos that you can watch through if you're so inclined, a few different kinds, but I'm always keen to hear your suggestions, and I always love a good comment, so please do comment down below or reach out on Instagram. These videos I basically just talk about what I've knitted in the past month. I know some people sort of talk, do it a lot more frequently than me. But unfortunately I'm not that fast a knitter, so there's not much point besides doing it about once a month. So I'll start by showing you what I finished since last. I'm hoping to get this all wrapped up and sent out, but I have finished, oops, as my other whip falls on the floor, I finished the Selma sleep suit. It's almost dry. I washed it yesterday and it's definitely grown, as I've said before. This is knitted in Drops Merino Extra Fine, and that is definitely quite a stretchy yarn. So yeah, can't wait to send that off. There is a small mistake, so I'm very much a TV knitter, and right here there's a drop stitch that I didn't pick up right. But if I'm honest, I just think it's one of those things that give it a bit of charm. And I was planning to do some embroidery on the top, maybe some flowers, but I thought in this it might not turn out that nice, and I've just put it off. And obviously we're almost through February, so I didn't want the sweet girl receiving this not to get any use out of it before she's too big. So yeah, this I finished quite a long time ago. The thing that took the longest is, as always, for me, just sewing it up. But yeah, I have a feeling that this will actually turn out to be quite a lot bigger than the size I was kind of aiming for. My work in progress, so I don't think I had started this last time, so I thought I'd quickly show you this. I have also started on a Wednesday sweater, so you can see I finished the first sleeve and the body, and obviously needing to start the second sleeve and the neckline. I'm knitting this in Maxi VIP in cream and hand-dyed Surrey alpaca. I'll probably talk more about this when I get closer, but I thought I'd just quickly say that yes, it's a bit stripy where I've knitted flat, and I'm really hoping that it evens out a bit in the wash. I think even just holding it with its own weight, it definitely helps, but I'm hoping if I stretch it just a wee bit in the wash that it will be fine. This has been, at least for me, it's definitely not a beginner's knit, but once you are not a beginner anymore, I consider this quite an easy knit. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. As always with PetiteKnit's patterns, I think they're very well written. So this has been sort of my needing a break from my TESTKNIT, because while there is a lot of ribbing on it, it's nothing compared to a whole piece in ribbing, and also it's on a bit thicker needles. It's also the first time I've done tabular bind off, which was interesting. I'm not sure how well it's turned out, but I think this will very much be like a home office favourite anyway. So now to the thing that's been taking most of my time. I've not brought the body over for this, but I am very much still test knitting for Olive, as I've mentioned before. This yarn for this test knit is I received for test knitting, so I received it for free essentially. So I'm currently on the first sleeve, and this cardigan is called the Darling Slum, so it will be part of a book that they're releasing in autumn, and yeah, it's a beautiful pattern, and I can't wait for it to finish. However, it's knitted bottom up, and it's my first time ever knitting something bottom up. At first, not the first time knitting anything bottom up, but it's the first time I've had where it's then not been like sewn together. So the Miles cardigan from Wool and the Gang, I from memory, actually all of the pattern starts bottom up, but as they're always sort of sewn together or seamed, I don't think it's the same. I had a lot of problems with this. It took me ages to get this sleeve started, and in the end, after ranting about it several times on Instagram stories, what I've ended up doing is I cast on, well, I actually just done one double pointed needle, and then I knitted it over onto a 25 centimeter, like one of those teeny tiny needles. But the needles on those are so small that I just found I knit it so slow. But I needed to do that in order not to get ladders, because while I knit on double pointed needles for most, like bottoms of most sleeves, just because I find it quite easy to knit when you have the whole sleeve done. Fairly certain, for example, this was done on double pointed needles. So I've never had problems with ladders before, because I've never cast on and had to start in the round on them. It's been, you know, a whole sleeve sort of keeping the structure together. So as I couldn't do that, I ended up going for the double pointed needles, which have been all right. You can definitely tell that certain places the stitches are a bit stretched, and I'm really hoping a lot of it will even out in the wash. However, I just knit so much faster on double pointed needles, and on top of that, I don't get sore wrists. So with the smaller needles, I just get really sore wrist, and I tried Magic Loop, which I know is so many people's favourites. I just cannot for the life of me get on with it. I find it so clumsy to move stitches around, and it's just not for me. I just can't get on with it whatsoever. So I knew double pointed needles was the way. I just kind of wish I could have cast on straight onto them. However, I'm about a bit over halfway through the sleeve, so I'm hoping to get this finished fairly soon, so I can get the other sleeve started, and so I can bring it all together with the body that I finally finished. That was literally the Mount Everest of my knitting career, getting that body finished. But yeah, it's turning out really soft and squishy, and I'm still really loving this sort of like antique rose colour. It's just gorgeous, yeah, I think. So that's essentially all I have been knitting on. I have been working a lot more, and I've just found I've had a lot less time to knit. Talking about that, I realised when I started recording, I always wear my engagement ring. But due to stress, I'm like, my skin is much more sensitive than it usually is. So I was not really wanted to record, because I've been really covered in eczema and really struggled to wear makeup. And the same with my ring finger. I managed to get a rash underneath the ring, so I'm currently ringless. And this is something not the eczema part, but when I'm sort of in this type of period, I actually often really struggle to wear wool. So this is my sweater number 9, and with the t-shirt I can wear this against my bare skin. But I'm really keen to sort of explore more what type of yarns I can wear when I'm really sensitive. So I thought I'd show you. I should stop buying yarn, but we all know this section is never going to be empty, is it? So I'm just going to show you the yarns I bought. So I bought this combo, and I can also tell it's suddenly gone all dark, so now it's not going to look as orange as it is in real life. But this is a beautiful cinnamon orange colour. I think this is called Orange. This is knitting, is from knit.co.uk as usual. And then this is from Sakami or Feed the Bobbin on Instagram, and it's called Cinnamon Stone, and it's a Syria alpaca. So this is also what I'm knitting the Wednesday sweater, and it's also the second strand is also Syria alpaca, and it's just so incredibly soft. And I think even when I'm reacting a little bit, this will be a really lovely combo. I'm really excited to try clasp, which is, just double check, it is 80% merino and 20% angora. So I don't know if you know, but angora is bunny hair. So yeah, I'm really excited to try it. It's nice and fluffy, as you can tell. And I just love this like orange colour although I'm always certain it will clash with my hair. I'm not always really drawn to it. I'm not sure what this is going to become. Usually I buy yarn with a pattern in mind. I'm not really sure I did with this. Maybe a Sunday sweater, or I really want to find something with cables. So if you've any sort of, I think this will probably fit quite well from anywhere from 5mm needles up until about 8mm needles. If you have any recommendation for a company with just like casual cables, maybe billion sleeves, I'd be really keen to hear it. So yeah, that's one of my yarn purchases. And this yarn isn't actually purchased by me. It was a very kind gift. So it's the Silk Kid My Hair from Yardigan, and this was given to me by Nina, also known as Knit Flitter. I kind of wish I could show you the yarn I bought to go with it. So I helped Nina translate her early morning sweater pattern into English from Danish, and early morning sweater is just a perfect raglan sweater, and she really thinks a lot about the construction of it. So it's an asymmetric raglan, so that you get the fit just right over the shoulders with shoulder rows and all the things that makes the fit really good while still having a very timeless garment. So she said as a thank you, which she absolutely didn't have to do, I was very happy to help, that she would give me some mohair for me to knit the early morning sweater. So I've actually ordered some hand-dyed yarn from Botanical Yarns, which I've wanted to order from her for ages, but unfortunately she's out of stock on the base that I've ordered. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. But this colour, again, because the light is probably disappearing, it will be hard to see, but it's this gorgeous, it's a grey, so it's colour 1057, so it is technically grey, but I think it will pull quite purple once you knit it up. Like it will really reflect that type of colour. So I really wanted that sweater with like a grey and sort of lilac-y hint to it. So that's all the yarns I've bought and all the projects I've done. After watching Strike by E, who's Danish, and her videos are in Danish, I'll link them down below. I've been thinking a bit about what type of videos I could make more of. What's really interesting is that very few people watch these videos, whereas my Sunday sweater video gets a lot more views, and it's always hard because obviously you want to make content that people want to see, but also I quite like these type of videos myself, which is why I've decided to make them. So I'm kind of planning for maybe some of my next videos to be more chatty about topics that I really care about, mainly to have chats and discussions about topics in knitting. So I also hope in the future maybe to talk a bit more, do some reviews of some of the tools I use, talk a bit about the yarns I've used, and I'd like to do more finished projects videos as well. So one I probably should do soon is obviously this, which is my sweater number 9 for My Favourite Things Knitwear, just because it's so soft and it's been so perfect for the home office. But all of this rant just to say thank you very much for watching today, and if there is anything you're interested in, please leave it down below, reach out on Instagram. What type of knitting videos do you like to see? I find that videos that are great while I'm knitting I quite like as well. I really like, so obviously I mentioned Strike by You, who's Danish, but for example, an English speaking YouTuber that I really enjoy watching is Knitting Traditions. So Inga definitely knits things that aren't always what I'd knit, but she's just so lovely to listen to, and I find she's never rambly, but she's still like, it just feels like you're chatting with a friend over a cup of tea. And I love like her love for wool. So yeah, I'd kind of love to do some of those videos as well. It's just doing it the right way. But yes, I will stop rambling now, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment, and yeah, and I'll hopefully see you very soon. Bye.